Hello, my wonderful and lovely humans. So today we are finally getting towards the end here, talking about energy synthesis and basically how we take energy from the sun, how plants are going to turn it into glucose, how the consumers are going to eat the plants, take that glucose, and then turn it into actual ATP energy that we can use and basically fuel the whole processes that make us a living organism, right? So we're getting towards the end here, right? So it is time to summarize the whole process and actually say like what everything is about, because guess what? Just like in everything with previous nature that we've spoken about, there's a pattern here. And you're going to find out that there's a cycle about it. And it's got like a whole name too. Like, wow. Okay, right? Okay, so let's talk about what you guys are going to need to grab today. So first of all, you're going to need to have this little diagram, okay? So make sure that you guys have this available to you. First, we're going to start off by taking notes. That's going to go on whatever page Miss Future Reyes tells you to, because remember, I might use this in the future. Planning. But anyways, double check and make sure what side your notes are going to go on. But make sure you guys have the diagram and are prepared to fill it out. Okay. All right. So I obviously am going to do a full size page so you guys can see, but your guys should be about half the size. Should also be in gray and white. Sorry. They just wanted us to stop using so much color. So anyways, yeah, let's get started. Let me flip over my camera so you guys can see exactly what you got to be writing. So as I was saying, we're kind of coming towards the end here, talking about photosynthesis and cellular respiration. And guess what? That's called the carbon cycle. The carbon cycle is made up of both synthesis, both photosynthesis and cellular respiration processes. So we clearly can see that, not just do plants and organisms who can photosynthesize, as well as cellular respiration organisms, right? They're clearly going to be related somewhere. And there's even going to be a whole cycle process involved here. So let's go through it. So we're going to start off by doing a quick review of photosynthesis. And if you think back, photosynthesis is going to occur in this organelle called the chloroplast. So why don't we look back here really quick? Okay, so here's my fermentation notes, here's my cellular respiration notes, and here is photosynthesis, right? So we're taking a look back here, just a quick peek, right, at photosynthesis, talking about that organelle. And here's that organelle right here. You guys did a whole diagram about it. This was called the chloroplast, and this is just a small organelle within the cell that is actually part of an a plant cell. So back over here. Whoops, I revealed too much. Don't looky. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so anyways, we're reviewing photosynthesis. It's going to occur in the chloroplast, right? Now, we talked about reactants being these things that are going to act kind of like ingredients, right? Ingredients. And if you think back, we talked about what reactants and products were, and we used the whole analogy of talking about a cake or the process of baking a cake. Sorry, hold on. Look, I'm a mess. You guys are not new to this whole process, okay? Anyways, so reactants are ingredients. They're similar to ingredients, right? So we got to throw something in there and so that we can get something out, right? Well, those two ingredients, those two reactants are CO2 and H2O. And if you think back, CO2, what does it mean? Or what does it stand for? I hope you guys said carbon dioxide. So this is carbon dioxide. All right. And we're also going to have H2O, which is what? I hope you guys said water, because I know you're so smart, right? Yes, but maybe you're lazy. All right. And then we also talked about what products are going to be produced at the end. So basically we called this our cake. Okay. So reactants were ingredients and products were cake. And our products, our cake is going to be a C6H12O6. We called that stuff what? Oh man, I really hope you guys remember because like also it wasn't on the quizzes. So like y'all should have practiced this by now, right? Yeah. Okay, well, this is what's called glucose. And this is where, hold on, I can't write and say things at the same time. Glucose is where plants are going to be able, plants, or I should say producers are going to turn that sunlight energy and turn it into this chemical form that we can, as organisms, tap into and release energy that we are actually able to use, right? So that's like the first step in the process. And then finally, we're going to have O2, which is just oxygen gas. All right. So again, we talked about reactants, we talked about products. Well, guess what? Those two things are going to fit into this thing called a formula. Oh my gosh, we've never seen this before. Actually, you have. You have. So here is that basically put into a nice summarized formula, a whole process that shows us everything, right? And then we even went ahead and balanced it because remember, everything that the whole process starts with needs to end with it, okay? We need to be able to track where all of those molecules are going because you guys haven't learned this yet, but the first law in thermodynamics says that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. So that means nothing is ever lost in a process. It shows up at the beginning, then it's going to show up at the end, all right? So if you guys need to, pause the video. Okay, so we talked about the photosynthesis process. Now, guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about cellular respiration. Let's do it. Okay, so cellular respiration, quick reminder, is going to occur in this thing, this organelle within the cell called the mitochondria. The mighty mitochondria, which is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Oh my goodness, remember? We talked about this before, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So cellular respiration is going to occur in the mitochondria. And here, what reactants, what products do we have? Well, the reactants here are, whoa, that looks familiar. Interesting. Hint, hint, wink, wink, kiddos. So here, C6H12O6, what was that? Oh, it's right up here. That's glucose. Interesting. Okay, so that's glucose. Do I really need to write it over again? You know, I will, just for funsies. Glucose. All right, so that stuff's glucose. O2, what do we call that? That was oxygen gas, right? Interesting. Interesting, huh? I wonder where Miss Reyes is getting at here, this little crazy lady. Yes, okay. All right, and of course, we got to talk about our products of cellular respiration because, of course, what are we looking for? We're looking for a cake, right? We want the cake. We want to eat it, and we want to have it too. We will, okay? So here is CO2. What was that thing again? Oh my gosh, maybe I should just, oh, look, it's right there. Interesting. Carbon dioxide, right? That's that stuff called carbon dioxide. And H2O, oh my gosh. Didn't Ms. Reyes call that hydrogen monoxide one day? Oh my goodness, that's, or dioxide. Wait, oxygen. Hydrogen dioxide is what it should. Hydrogen dioxide, monoxide. No, oh my gosh, y'all, it is too early for me. Okay, anyways, this stuff is called water. Oh my gosh, I just overcomplicated water. Go me. Okay, not to confuse you guys, but yeah, sorry, I just went through a whole. We'll move on. Okay. So in the same way that we did it with photosynthesis over here, we can summarize this into a very simple, clean cut, nice little formula. And that formula is the same formula that we know and love to be the formula for cellular respiration. So over here, we got that C6H12O6, again, glucose. We have the 6 O2s, which is, again, oxygen. We've got the 6 CO2, which is 6 carbon dioxide, and we've got our H2O over here, which is actually missing a 6 in front. Oh my goodness, Miss Reyes, pay attention, yeesh. Sheesh, sheesh. Okay. All right, so that is 6 CO2, 6 H2O. Okay, cool. All right, so, Miss, what? You know, you pointed out some interesting things, no? Oh, right. If you guys need to, pause the video. Here, I'll give you a better view. Okay, hopefully you guys have taken a good look at it. All right. Now, oh, I have some stuff covered here, right? And I don't know if you guys remember this, but like, right? Remember how I was like able to use this prior information to like apply to this newer information? Well, guess what? This right here looks real familiar, right? That looks real familiar. These things that are the reactants for photosynthesis show up over here in the products for cellular respiration. That's kind of curious. Well, guess what? It's a thing. It is a thing, right? So these two right here, carbon dioxide and water, are actually going to be products of cellular respiration. And guess what? Same sort of thing is going to happen down here with cellular respiration, right? Except down here, what we actually have, right? C6H12O6O2, those are the products of photosynthesis. Look, oh my goodness. So guess what? Guess what? That means they're a cycle. Oh, wow. Mind blown. Okay. All right. So basically, that raises the question, the obvious question. How are photosynthesis and cellular respirated? Well, kids, one is going to produce the other's required reactants. So one cannot survive with oh my goodness, y'all. One is not going to be able to exist or survive without the other. We need photosynthesis to give us the glucose for cellular respiration. And for cellular respiration, we're going to need that carbon dioxide and the water that's going to be produced through photosynthesis, right? Or wait, did I get that mixed up? I got that mixed up. For photosynthesis, we're going to get the carbon dioxide and the water that we require in order to produce that glucose. Anyways, point is, right? It's a whole cycle. One is going to produce what the other one requires. So basically, these are simply flip-flopped. If I just flop them over, you guys would see they're the same things, right? Oh, wow. Okay, mind blown. So let's apply this to our diagram over here. And I'm gonna kind of cheat because like I'm gonna throw that over to the side because y'all can write on the small one. I'm gonna write on the big one so you guys can see for sure, right? That's the only reason why I'm not just like, making your lives harder. Not intentionally, at least, I try not to. Okay, but anyways, right. Okay, so we are clearly looking at a couple of processes that we do know and love, hopefully. I hope you guys love it. If you don't tell me. Actually, I don't care. You're gonna have to learn it anyway. So, science is a required class. Anyways, okay, so over here, what do we have? Let's see, we've got this plant thing. We've got a chloroplast. That looks like a specific type of cell. Interesting. I wonder, why would that need sunlight? I wonder what process that's going to be called. Can anybody think of a process that's called? Anybody? I hope you guys said it. Like, please say it out loud because otherwise I'm going to be really disappointed. I hope you guys said photosynthesis because this is the process of photosynthesis. And I spelled it wrong. This is the process of photosynthesis. We got sunlight that's going down to our plants, and our plants, those specific little organelles that are made to suck up the sunlight and then turn it to that chemical energy, they exist within those cells of this whole plant, right? So photosynthesis is occurring here, which if we look down here, interesting. Now we don't have a plant, we have this animal creature. I don't know what that's called. It's like a furry little rat thing. I wonder what the name is. It's a rabbit, I know. Okay, but anyways, here's a mighty mitochondria, and here's that very familiar looking animal cell. And what do we know this process to be? Go kiddos, say it. Please just say it. Y'all are embarrassing me even over the camera just because like I know y'all are like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm boring and lame. Yeah. Anyways, it's the process of cellular respiration. Okay, this is the process of cellular respiration down here. Up here is the process of photosynthesis. So guess what? Now we got to fill in the rest of these boxes. Well, let's do it, right? So let's start with the gray boxes just because they're on the outsides here. Now, if we pay attention to what these arrows are saying, right? So this is where I'm going to put what my actual you know, what actually is going to be produced or potentially, you know, used as a reactant. But out here is where I need to identify what is what. So let's start with that, right? So here we're starting here down with cellular respiration, and we're moving into photosynthesis. So that means, what do we need in order to fuel the whole photosynthesis process? Well, let me look really quick, right? We said that in order, the thing that we need in order to begin the whole process is those reactants, right? AKA the ingredients. And what do we know those reactants to be? Oh, wait, first we said we were going to fill out the reactants part, right. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So these are going to be photosynthesis reactants. All right. And I'm just going to put photo, and you guys are welcome to do that too, but I'm trying to keep my color tracking, right? So these are photosynthesis reactants right here that are going to be produced here, which means down here, oh, look, we follow that arrow, right? Oh, wait, you know what? We'll go this way. Okay, sorry, guys. It's a little early. All right, those are photosynthesis reactants, right? And if we follow the process, okay, so our plant's going to do its photosynthesis process. We go over here and it's going to pop out something, right? Which, whatever gets popped out, right? Let's pretend this was the oven. Here's our cake. And what do we call that cake stuff? We called it our products. So these are going to be photo products. Photosynthesis products. Very nice. Okay. Now moving along, right? Okay. Same thing down here. Let's take a look, right? What do we start with in order to fuel our whole cellular respiration process? What do we have to start with? What is that? Those ingredient things called? They're called reactants. Reactants down here, right? Except this time, instead of photosynthesis, they're CR. We're going to just call it CR, okay? So let me put that here, CR. Okay, but we're going to call this CR for cellular respiration reactants. Okay, cellular respiration reactants, which means that we continue to follow the arrow, whatever gets pooped out as a result of cellular respiration process is going to be what? That's going to be the cake stuff. That's going to be our products down here. So these are going to be CR products. Beautiful job, guys. Okay, nice job. So now we're going to need to fill in what is actually getting produced or reacted in here, right? Well, what did we say were the photosynthesis reactants and the cellular respiration products? So here's those reactants, and here are those products. Are they the same thing? They absolutely are. So we have CO2 and H2O, CO2 and H2O. And because technically they don't necessarily apply to just one or the other, they apply to both. I'm going to write them in black because it's kind of like an in-between color, right? Yeah. So what goes here? What is going to get produced? And what is going to get produced by cellular respiration? What is going to be reacted in order for photosynthesis to occur? We're going to have CO2 plus H2O. All right. And what is that CO2 stuff? We said it was carbon dioxide. And that H2O stuff is dihydrogen monoxide. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Sorry, guys. At least, you know, you can make fun of me, whatever. All right. So that's that stuff that we call water. Water. Okay. And over here, we can do the same thing. Basically, what is that photosynthesis product? What is the cellular respiration reactant? Are those the same things? Are they going to match up? Oh my goodness. I can't all. Oh, look at it. It does match. Oh, that's crazy. It's almost like the things that I tell you actually have some real world application. Ridiculous. It's only biology, the study of life, which, you know, we all are living. Okay, but anyways, okay, so that's C6 H12O6 plus this stuff called O2. All right, and that C6 H12O6 was that stuff we called glucose. And that O2 stuff was oxygen gas. All right. And there you guys have the whole carbon cycle process. And what, remind me, is the carbon cycle process made out of? These two processes of both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. And as you can see, It's a cycle that just feeds itself and feeds itself and feeds itself and feeds itself and feeds itself. And as long as we got the sun here, that process will never, ever stop. Okay. All righty, kids. Let me flip my screen over so I can say goodbye to all of your beautiful faces. Okay. That's all I have for you today. So ask Miss Future Reyes or whomever it is that's there what page you guys are going to put these on, but that is all I have for you today. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you take care. I hope you be safe. Bye.